Okay guys, today we work on half guard. So in our classes, in the no-gi classes on Tuesday, we've been looking at our half guard stuff, recovering half guard, and a couple of sweeps. So I just want to recover, we did it briefly, our John Wayne sweep. Okay, so I'm just going to cover that because it's going to help us with a movement later to recover our half guard as well. So the first one we'll look at is where we've already recovered our inside knee. So my inside knee is up against Steve's hip and maybe even a shell guard. Okay, so I'm using my outside knee as a frame against that outside shoulder. All right, but the details are actually happening back at my feet. I'm just curling these toes over the back of Steve's shin. Okay? It's going to make it hard for him to take that away from me. It's going to make it difficult for him to stand. Not impossible, just difficult, okay? So I've curled these toes over. I'm going to leave, for the start, my foot on the outside. I'm placing my left foot on the ground, nice and close to my right foot. And we've got a couple of choices here. Maybe I've already sat up and looked for my underhook, and Steve's thrown in a whizzer. So all I'm going to do is, with my right knee, the inside knee, I'm turning it outside, collecting his hip. I know he can't back step and follow. And now I can come up on top, okay? So maybe the professional camera person can just film from behind so you can see what I'm doing with my feet here. I'm curling my toes over the back of the ankle and shin, avoiding, minimizing any back step or standing. Whether I've got the underhook, he throws in a whizzer, maybe I've come up and collected his arm, placing my left foot, the outside foot, nice and close to my right foot. Now it's like I'm using this as a crowbar. I'm going to step onto the ground with the right foot so I can start turning his hip outwards. So I'm turning my knees out to my left. So I can come up on top, collect my underhook, continue with my pass. Okay? But we are going to use this movement to recover our guard as well. So there's a couple of variations of this sweep that I think that might be necessary to look at. Probably the one that I've looked at the most who's used it quite high level competition is Roberto Tusa from Gracie Barra. He will use it from basically any half guard that he can get. So I have seen him do it with his knee deep and his knee covered, okay? But he'll sit up and get his underhook, they'll throw in a whizzer, and he'll still go for this same sweep on that knee, okay? So we can do it with our knee trapped. I want to look at it more for the movement so we can use it to recover our half guard later. We can use it from our shell guard, where we've already collected our half guard. He's driving in forward, I'm getting my underhook, and now I'm using it, same position again. Maybe even in my shell guard, Steve starts to break through this frame and he's come inside. I would still use it here. Even if it's just to off balance him so I can recover again. So if Steve this time faces out heavy with his right hand, as I hit this, at least I can frame and recover my shell guard again. Okay, so it's an important sweep. I know we haven't really looked at it, we looked at it very briefly, but I just wanted to cover some of the details in there.